What's up everybody, it's Amaya. So today's video is going to be another makeup tutorial, and I'm kind of calling this one another prom makeup tutorial only because this is kind of what I'm considering wearing to a prom that I am going to, but it is obviously not restricted to prom. This is kind of like a classic, glamorous, very inspired by the 1940s. I mean, you can tell by the red lip, of course. So it's just very fun. Super easy as well. It's also really wearable because you could change out this red lip and put a nude on there, which is probably what I'm going to do after this because I have to go somewhere and I don't think this will be that appropriate for it. But you can do this however you want. But eyes very simple, lips very easy. It just looks so nice and classic on pretty much anybody. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the video. Mwah.
Hello again. So I'm going to be starting out by priming my eyes using this Lorac eyeshadow primer. I do not really love this primer. I think the e.l.f. one is just fine, but I had this one, so I thought, why not use it? And as you can see, I'm really pressing this into my eyelids and also bringing it down underneath my eyes, and that will help prime for our concealer and our lower lash line shadows that will be going down there. And then I'm just going to set that with my face powder, and I'm really sorry my phone keeps going off. Sorry. I don't know if you can hear that, but if you can, I'm sorry. Anyways, just setting all of that. All good. And please excuse my eyebrows. They're still in that funky growing out stage. I'm trying to thin them. I'm sorry. They'll get better, I promise. So then I'm taking Creme Brulee and Purely Naked from Makeup Geek, and these are going to be my transition shades. I didn't want something too warm or too cool, so I just like mixing these together to get kind of a perfect transition shade. And I'm using my Morphe M330 brush. This is my favorite fluffy blending brush of all times. And I'm just applying this from outer corner to inner corner in no particular rhyme or reason. Now I'm going in with Muzzle, which I dropped and broke. I'm so upset. This is from Charity Beauty. I love this shadow. It's just a perfect brown. It's the perfect mid-tone brown, and I'm just taking this on an e.l.f. blending brush and blending that to the outer corners. And then I'm taking Unwind from the Lorac Unzipped Gold palette, which is a gorgeous dark chocolate brown. And I'm taking this natural haired brush and just applying that to my outer corners. You can just kind of do this however you want. Then I'm taking a Sigma E35 and just buffing everything out. This has no additional product on it. I'm just using this to blend everything together. Then I'm taking this Maybelline Color Tattoo in the shade Barely Branded, and on my finger I'm applying this to my lid space where I didn't apply any other shadows. This is just going to serve as a nice base, especially if you're doing this as a prom makeup. You want to use some sort of base for your eyeshadow because it'll help your eyeshadow stay on a lot longer and also help it stick and not crease. Then I'm taking Moonshine, I believe. Moonshine or Moonlight, one of those. And this is from Charity Beauty. I'm just spraying that with a little bit of NYX primer spray and then taking this on a Bella Pierre eyeshadow brush and just packing that onto the lid. I love this shadow. It's super pretty, super glimmery. It's kind of like a white gold. Gorgeous. Then I'm taking Unedited from the Lorac palette, and on a smaller Morphe brush, I'm just putting this onto the outer corners, as you can see, and blending it slightly into the crease. I'm doing this pretty sloppily because I go back with the E35 and just kind of buff everything out, like you can see. I'm keeping this very low. The voice that carries them has kept me astray. Now I'm going into Unlocked from the Lorac palette. I felt like I wanted more of a yellow gold, and Moonshine's more of a white yellow gold, so I just used this and I packed this on top. This is a beautiful shade. This whole Lorac palette is amazing. Then I'm taking this Essence eyeliner pen. This is the waterproof one, and I went out of the frame when I did this, but I just did a nice dramatic wing, and then I'm cleaning it up with some concealer. Now, before I finish off my eyes, I'm going to do my face, and I'm taking the L'Oreal Magic Lumi Primer. Love this primer so much. It is the best primer I have ever used in my entire life. I don't know how well it prolongs my makeup, but it makes my face so dewy, and it totally makes my makeup look amazing. Then I'm taking this Lorac Poreless Mattifying Primer, and I'm just applying this to the places where my pores are bigger or where I may get a little bit more oily. This is especially good for you guys that have combo skin, and using two primers, a mattifying one and a dewy one, is a great tip. Then I'm taking my Maybelline Fit Me, my Revlon Color Stay for dry to normal skin, and this Blissful Body Beauty Oil. I mix those together And then I spray my foundation brush, which is the Morphe M439, and I'm just blending that all in. I'm doing a pretty sheer layer of foundation. I just find that doing a sheer layer of foundation and then putting on concealer and powders and everything like that just makes your face look so much more natural than doing a heavy layer of foundation. So do a light layer of foundation, and then you can always go heavier with concealer and stuff like that. Here I'm just pointing out that my face matches my background, which is actually a rug, which is actually a blanket. And then I'm just blending my foundation with my Real Techniques Beauty Sponge to kind of sop up any extra foundation. Then I'm taking my Maybelline Master Conceal Concealer in the shade Light. It may look like I'm putting a lot on, and that's because I kind of am. I squeezed out a little too much because there was an air bubble in the tube, so I'm just kind of putting it on, but I am going to be blending that out with my Real Techniques sponge so it'll soak up all the excess concealer. And I'm also taking my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer in the shade Light. I really love this concealer a lot. It blends in so nice and it doesn't crease on me that much. I love it. So then I'm just blending that in with my sponge, as you can see, and yeah, pretty straightforward. Just blend it all in. Now I'm going to be setting my under eyes, and I'm doing a new technique. So I take a small blending brush and make sure I have no creases in my concealer, and then I set just my inner corners where I tend to crease the most with this brush, and it helps my concealer stay all day and not crease. And I have such bad troubles with creasing, and this works. So try that out. Then I'm taking these two shades, which were originally from the NYX Highlight and Contour palette, and I am just taking that on an e.l.f. small tapered brush and using that to set the rest of my concealer and all that, because I'm not going to be setting my face today. My foundation wasn't feeling tacky, and I didn't feel like setting my face. I just kind of felt like leaving it be, so that's why I'm setting all my other places with that powder. And then I'm taking this Sephora Luminizing Drops in the shade Morning Light. I'm taking my Real Techniques sponge and blending that onto my cheeks. This serves as a really, really nice base highlight, and it's a really pretty color. It's not too intense of a highlight, so if those of you that don't want like intense highlight, you can just leave it like this. I will be putting more color over it later, but you could leave it like that if you wanted to. Then I'm taking this e.l.f. blush and bronzer. This is in the shade St. Lucia, and I'm just taking the bronzer and I'm kind of contouring with my e.l.f. complexion brush, as you can see here. And then I'm going to be taking for bronzer the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, which smells so good. Oh my god, it's amazing. And I'm just taking that on a little bit of a fluffier brush and bronzing up my patch. My patch. Nicole Concilio says that all the time, and I just keep saying it now. Patch, patch. And I'm also contouring my nose using that same bronzer. And then I'm also taking that bronzer and just contouring that little dip that I have below my lip, and this will kind of make my lips seem a little bit more fuller and poutier, all that good stuff. It's all smoke and mirrors, people. It's all smoke and mirrors. Then I'm taking my Coty Airspun powder, and with this e.l.f. contouring brush, I'm going to be baking under my contour. And the way I'm doing this, I'm just patting the powder underneath, and I'm also going to be baking my smile lines because I tend to crease there a lot, and my foundation tends to like settle there. But when I do this, I have no problems, and my foundation doesn't look cakey or anything. So I look really strange, so sexy. Yes, girl, yes. Anyway, so now I'm taking this blush called Bali. It's from Cargo, and I really like it. It's really pretty. It's a nice mid-tone pink, and I'm just blending that in using a stipple brush while I let my face bake. Then I'm taking Champagne Pop and the Mary Luminizer, which I shattered Champagne Pop after dropping it like 20 times. And I'm just spraying my brush with a little bit of the setting spray, not the setting spray, the primer spray. And then I'm dipping it into both of the highlighters, and this is going to create a really nice foiled look. And this will keep your highlighters from looking too powdery on the skin, which is a great tip. It'll make it look very natural and very dewy. Also, it'll make it very intense, so if you're not into intense highlight, beware of that. Don't spray it, or you could just keep the luminizing drops there. But if you do want to add on a powder highlight to kind of make your highlight pop, then I do suggest wetting it because it'll make it look a little bit more blended in with everything, if you know what I mean. Then I'm just going to be taking the Mary Luminizer and highlighting under my brow bone and also in the inner corners of my eyes, which you will see me do right about now. Then we're just going to dust away that powder, and I'm just using an e.l.f. blush brush, I think, to do this. Any brush will work. Just dust it, and when you dust it, make sure that you dust it downwards, not upwards, because if you do it upwards, it'll kind of get on our contour. That's not what we want, so kind of do it downwards. And I'm also going to use this to kind of like set the rest of my face just a little bit. Now I'm just curling my lashes because we are not, and I say not, going to be putting falsies with this look. You could totally do it, but I'm going to show you I can get such long lashes with just these two mascaras, and you're going to be amazed. So first I'm taking the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Lash Primer. Oh my god, this stuff is amazing. I can't go a day without using it. It's fantastic. My lashes have never looked better. And then I'm taking the W7 Lashtastic False Liquid Lashes Mascara and putting this on. I'm putting like 2 coats of this on. Oh my god. Best mascara in the entire world. So beautiful, so amazing. You need this mascara. After I'm done with this, you're not going to believe that I'm not wearing falsies. Honestly. You can't even tell. Normally with looks like these, I like to use falsies because I feel like you look naked without them. But when I do this method with my lashes, you cannot even tell. Then I'm taking Benefit Roller Lash. This isn't really necessary, but I just felt like doing it because it adds a little bit extra oomph, but it's totally not necessary. Then I'm taking the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer again on the Sigma E35, and I'm just putting this onto my lower lash line a little bit. I wanted to leave the lower lash line pretty blank because I wanted our eyes to look very big and almost doll-like. So I'm just putting that on for a little bit of definition, and then I'm taking the L'Oreal Telescopic Lash Extensions Mascara. I know, I use so many mascaras. I'm sorry, I'm high maintenance. I'm a princess. Just ask my best friend. Then we're going to set El Masterpiece with the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray, and then over that I'm just going to put a little bit of the NYX Primer Spray because I'm out of my Dewy Finish setting spray. But that kind of works as a setting spray as well, if you know what I mean. But the All Nighter will keep your makeup on literally all night. It's a great setting spray. Then I'm taking this red lip liner, and I'm just going to be lining my lips. You could totally go for a nude lip with this if you wanted to, or really any color lip. It's a very neutral eye look, but I wanted to go red because I wanted to look very glamorous and classic. But after I did go to dance class after this, and I changed it out for a nude lip, so it works either way. Then I'm taking Maybelline's Are You Red E, such a cute name, and I'm just going to be using this. I really like this lipstick because it's nice and creamy, but it stays for a long time. Then I stick my finger through my mouth to kind of get the lipstick out. And then I'm taking OCC Lip Tar in the shade Harlow. Such a beautiful, bright red. Absolutely gorgeous. Ah, look at my finger. I'm bleeding. Just kidding, I'm not bleeding. So that's it for this video, you guys. I hope you guys like it. Give it a thumbs up, and I will see you later. Mwah!
Come back to the crap, so much crap, so much crap.